Chilwell swings it in, however Castle clear, just for Franca to give the ball back on the edge of his own crate. Yet again Ferver's cross, nonetheless, is cleared. 67 minutes, Zeal's been Chelsea's best player, in the event you were pondering. 68 minutes, Chilwell focuses from the edge of the container, yet his shot is continuously rising. Avoiding this game to observe new control, Edental says. I believe there's a ton of Larry David in later long periods of Roy Hodgson. He truly doesn't mind what others think any longer. I don't know my blog can contend with Larry. 70 minutes, Gallagher lifts across towards the punishment spot to Jackson, who flicks his header wide. Lerma is reserved for contradict. In a distraught world, he would walk off to plunk down for 10 minutes at this point. 72 minutes, Chelsea are on the front foot here. I would agree that Castle need to roll out an improvement or two, however their seat looks pretty powerless. Edward for Mateta may be a choice. Another Chelsea cross goes into the container, however Anderson clears by climbing on top of Nkunku. Chelsea extravagant a pen, however it ain't working out. 74 minutes, Franca takes royal residence up the pitch, yet the assault separates on the edge of the container. 75 minutes, Robert Speed proposes, no, Lerma would have reconsidered and decided not to manhandle the ref. It's confounding how frequently pundits of rules considered unforgiving will not recognize the impact of discouragement. I've no issue with him being rebuffed, except for transgression binning is an ill-conceived notion, as I would see it. 76 minutes, Franca gets the ball around 30 yards from objective and darts towards the crate, in the long run focusing from the edge of the area, yet Petrovic gets down well to one side to repulse an underhanded shot. Royal residents have prepared two subs, however they are running down the touchline and kitty aprons still. 78 minutes, Palmer gathers a free ball and advances into the crate, yet his low shot is directly at Henderson. Subs. Ahmada on for Hughes, Real on for Jackson. 80 minutes, Munoz is forewarned for giving Chilwell a palm to the face. Chelsea have a free kick to one side of the case. Chilwell whips it in and the ball is cleared to Palmer on the edge on the case, however he sees his shot hindered. 82 minutes, Chelsea are a lot of on top here, Royal residents fans are willing their players on for the last stages. 84 minutes, Palmer takes a brilliant pass to Real inside the container, however he can't get the ball out of his feet sufficiently fast and his shot is impeded. Edward, on for Franca, crashes into the container, however he takes the ball excessively far and his shot is really powerless eventually. 86 minutes, Ahmada sends the ball through for Mateta to pursue, however he is decreed to have stumbled Colwill and a free kick is given against the Castle striker. 88 minutes, Colwill looks a little awkward after the Mateta occurrence. The striker then, at that point, wins a free kick on the midway line. Mateta has made a good showing this evening with little to work with. 90 minutes, Real lifts in a cross for Disasi, yet he goes directly at Henderson. Objective. Gem Castle 1-2 Chelsea, Gallagher, 90+1 Chelsea break and Gallagher polishes the move off against his previous club. 90+1 minutes, Real sends the ball down the wing for Palmer, who scales back and selects Gallagher on the edge of the crate from where he clears the ball home. 90+3 minutes, no objectives in the association this season earlier today for Gallagher. Not a terrible method for starting things off. Brief more to go yet we might have extra added. Objective. Gem Royal residents 1-3 Chelsea, Fernandez, 90+4 full-time, Gem Royal residents 1-3 Chelsea. All the show was in final part injury time eventually. Chelsea were excellent in the final part and Castle didn't actually have a response and hit a dead end. More tension on Hodgson yet some rest for Pochettino. It was an extreme success. First half we weren't adequate, so we needed to remain together and remain positive. Supervisor advised us to remain sure, be better and faster ready since Castle are an extreme group to separate. The early objective assisted us with settling down. The gaffer gave us more construction in their half to make possibilities. It was great from the supervisor to assist us with playing better in the final part. At the point when we scored right off the bat in the final part, we assumed we needed to continue and win it, yet as the game went increasingly long, you don't have any idea. I began seizing up, however we got there eventually and Enzo added another break, another Palmer help. A slick completion from Fernandez. It is one of numerous London derbies as Chelsea make the extensive excursion to Selhurst Park. As it is half-term this week, the movement time owed to be divided, which will be a help to the unfortunate old mentor driver. By and by, I would simply have taken the train from London Extension to Norwood Intersection and strolled the rest, yet footballers are all divas these days, so need to go on an extravagant mentor with espresso-making offices. The two chiefs, Roy Hodgson and Mauricio Pochettino, are feeling the squeeze. The two arrangements of fans think their individual groups are not arriving at their true capacity. Hodgson is the bound to get the cleave first, however apparently Royal Residence's top supervisors don't have any idea who might supplant him in the burrow. They start the night in 15th spot, however have not lost in their beyond 3 home games, which ought to give them a little certainty. Chelsea are as yet a puzzler. Their costly enrollment strategy is yet to show its worth. An incredible £1 billion has been spent on a crew that sits 11th and has neglected to persuade for most of the time. On the potential gain, the Blues set in their best execution last break when they gave Aston Estate a shoeing on their own fix in the FA Cup. However, their last head association outing was a hopeless 4-2 home loss to Wolves. Beginning setups: Jem Castle, Henderson, Munoz, Anderson, Richards, Mitchell, Lerma, Hughes, Wharton, Franca, Ayew, Mateta. Subs: Johnston, Ward, Tompkins, Klein, Schlupp, Riedewald, Ozo, Ahumada, Edward. Chelsea: Petrovic, Zeal, Disasi, Silva, Chilwell, Fernandez, Caicedo, Gallagher, Palmer, Madueke, Jackson. Subs: Bergstrom, Chalobah, Gilchrist, Colwill, Cassidy, Chukwuemeka, Authentic, Mudryk, Nkunku. Which administrator is feeling the squeeze? That is the issue. I will say Hodgson. I would contend the Castle crew is really unsatisfying, yet perhaps a more powerful mentor would assist with getting the best out of those accessible. It positively ought to intrigue. Joe Pearson messages, any great Romanian extras of late? I want thoughts for new dishes. My mother by marriage was over for Christmas, passing on us with enough to take care of a family for a month. I made a chicken, bacon and bean stew for supper. No extras, unfortunately. I'm discussing how might benefit from outside input. Hot cake day tomorrow. While love Uncle Roy, I in all actuality do feel some compassion toward him. Royal residents have perhaps of the most fragile crew in the association, says Paul Rowe. Eliminate Ez and Elise and it's very title in midfield and up top. They haven't had a fair right back for a very long time, and if he, Anderson or Mitchell are out, there is no one of head association standard to supplant them. Obviously they could in any case win, assuming that terrible Chelsea are playing tonight. 1 minute, Dave Bryant messages, with respect to the pick at the highest point of the blog, is this evening's down in Mordor? Richard Hurst says, as a Fulham ally I would regularly be intensely hostile to Chelsea and for the favoured Roy, yet I don't have a good sense of reassurance yet, in spite of 3 focuses on Saturday, so sadly it must be the Blues this evening. 2 minutes, Chelsea have had each touch up until this point this evening. Castle look glad to give them the ball. I don't know, the home fans will feel something similar. 4 minutes, Franca is finished by Maduke's fast feet and fouls him halfway inside the Royal residence half. The free kick is brought rapidly to energy down the right, however his get goes over everybody. We are as yet trusting that Royal residents will contact the ball. I see a bullying relationship in this match. Peter Gracious has put it all out there. Castle are the pins, made of gem. Chelsea are the bullying ball. The truth will come out at some point in the event that the ball will deliver a crushing strike, or a sorry drain ball. You can't tell from Chelsea's structure. 6 minutes, Royal residents have a free kick. It is lumped up the pitch and they deal with several contacts before Ayew swipes a low shot from 20 yards, yet it is directly at the goalkeeper. 8 minutes, Chelsea are as yet having all the belonging and Royal residents are not especially energetic with their press. Mr. Unwin, says an extremely formal John Rendell. As a Royal residents fan, I'm trepidatious in regards to tonight's result. The mists above Selhurst propose we're in for a siphoning. Let me know it will not be so. Partake in your understanding on football week by week. Truly. Blushes. The signs are, unfortunately, unpropitious, John. 10 minutes, Royal Residence's arrangement appears to include being very immediate and turning Thiago Silva around on the grounds that he is old. It could work. Castle partake in a smooth move, sending the ball out to Ayew on the right, yet his cross is met by nobody, potentially in light of the fact that Mateta is too delayed to even consider responding to it. 12 minutes, Hughes is excessively fast for Fernandez and the midfielder cuts him, giving Royal residents a free kick in a hazardous belonging on the right. Hughes to take, and it is gently flicked wide by Richards. 14 minutes, Chelsea are attempting to compel the issue down their right-hand side, however Mitchell adapts well to Madueke. 16 minutes, the vast majority of Chelsea's assaults are descending their right. Yet again fervour goes on the crossover, yet his cross is gathered by Henderson with restricted object. One Chelsea issue is that normal striker Jackson is on the left and Palmer down the centre. Palmer is to a lesser degree a danger in the 6-yard box, I would contend. 18 minutes, The details say Chelsea have had the ball for 4/5 of the match so far. That is predominant. Royal residents give a valiant effort to counter, yet the pass from Franca has a lot on it and Mateta can't get it. 20 minutes, Gallagher whips in a corner which skips before anybody can get a touch on it and Castle figure out how to clear. 22 minutes, notwithstanding having unlimited oversight of the ball, Chelsea are yet to deliver a shot, which is a worry. 24 minutes, Hughes wins the ball right external the Chelsea box and gets it to Mateta, who crashes into the region, yet his strong shot is directly at Petrovic. Gary Neville figures Castle have understood that Chelsea are really fair. 26 minutes, Madueke advances into the case, however at that point pivots and sends the ball back 30 yards. It's every one of the somewhat of a battle. Our man at the match. 28 minutes, Fernandez parts the Castle protection. The main issue being that nobody in a light blue shirt is remotely close to the ball when he does. 30 minutes, Lerma gets a free ball around 25 yards from objective, gets it out of his feet and pings it into the top corner. What an objective. 32 minutes, not a terrible method for opening your record for a club. Chelsea truly neglected to manage the Castle assault there. They had various endeavours to clear the ball and wrecked it. Peter Pearson messages, "Hey Will, incredible webcast today. My new food disclosure has been Ivor, or Zakusa in Romanian as per the web. It's a pepper and eggplant spread. There's a spot here in New York City that makes a mortadella sandwich with Ivor spread that is mind-blowing. Likewise this season it's generally good to have a bowl of clean Zurich. We have a lot of express spread in the cooler." 34 minutes, Caicedo is down and giving his knee a decent rub. Rose messages, "That is infuriatingly called Cambridge Blue Will, which is truth be told, duck egg green. Maybe with a smidgen of dissolved mint choke chip. Abel, given Chelsea's assault is as much use as a cornetto left in the sun." Authoritatively, as per Chelsea, it is Eton Blue. 36 minutes, I thought with such a lot of ownership right off the bat, it would assist with building Chelsea's certainty, however they have been stunningly docile. 38 minutes, Petrovic legs it out of his area to arrive at a long ball over the top, however he is beaten to it by his own protector. At any rate, I don't know it was the goalkeeper's ball to go for. Chelsea's nerves are appearing. 40 minutes, Fernandez holds passing to nobody specifically and it isn't working out in a good way for Chelsea. 42 minutes, Mateta slips the ball into the crate for Munoz. The fullback goes over under tension from Silva, however the official honors nothing. VAR investigates, as well, however isn't intrigued. Castle then have another counter, drove by Franca who gives his all to get into the crate yet is hung on the edge. The Brazilian surely looks a vivacious possibility. 44 minutes, Energy sends in another good cross, however Anderson is standing out and Royal residents clear. 45 minutes, Gallagher has a respectable opportunity inside the crate, however hauls his shot simply wide. 3 minutes added on. 45 plus 1 minutes, I'm beginning to think Chelsea need to roll out an improvement of 2 at the break. 45 plus 2 minutes, on account of Peter Pearson, no connection, as far as I know, for the Zakusa and Zurich dark holes, says Joe Pearson. I could endeavour the previous, in spite of the fact that I am not a tremendous eggplant fan, yet the last option appears to be a piece past my degree of courage. Well, age-dry flour starter? I have to take a hard pass. Half-time, Gem Castle 1-0 Chelsea. It's been an interesting 45 minutes. Chelsea have partaken in a ton of the ball yet finished close to nothing with it and have been rebuffed by Lerma's fine strike. Royal residents really looked the more powerful in the last third. How should Chelsea change things? I would take off Fernandez, welcome Unreal and put Jackson down the centre with Palmer as a number 10. Does Pochettino concur? More than likely not. Having been at, and remain to the furthest limit of, West Ham's down yesterday, I'm very getting a charge out of watching a side of 80% belonging and be even less powerful than us yesterday. Praise to you, Ian Sargent. God, I trust that Hodgson is the one under most tension, since I can't understand how Chelsea could get in a superior director, says Brendan Hughes. I realise Liverpool fans who might gladly take Pochettino in the event that Chelsea get freed, that ought to give a decent marker. Additionally, which chief, aside from Mourinho, could take the work? The group scarcely know one another's names at this stage, and the ones being pushed out the entryway are those that have been there longest and have the greatest partiality with the club. It is a SHT show and no slip-up. The main way for this to get any opportunity is to give Poch time. For me it's a foul on Caicedo by Lerma on the objective, says Justin Madsen. The manner in which the broadcasters are talking, however, the nature of the objective implies that doesn't make any difference. Chalk one more okay with refereeing/VAR madness. I don't know what Poch educates his cutting-edge players to do, as all the strategy is by all accounts is stand in accordance with the protection and look thoughtfully back for a likely ball in. No runs, waiting around, not tracking down space to involve. Nothing to attempt to get safeguards to move. Additionally, not to stress Brendan Hughes. Liverpool will be taking Xabi Alonso from Leverkusen, however Potter is as yet accessible if that fails to work out. I didn't think it was a foul, by and by. The players are thumping it about among themselves while Oliver and a tech man endeavour to sort the matter behind the burrows. Ben Chilwell has gone over for a talk with the ref. Is Enzo Fernandez any great? Asks Dave Watton. I battle to see it, battle to see him affecting games with stardust or ruling matches, yet additionally battle to pass judgment on the player disregarding the sticker price. Of all the Fernandezes in the chief association he's not the person who looks like a £100 million player. Pochettino goes for a talk with Michael Oliver. Perhaps he has an extra screwdriver. Oliver is by all accounts associated with everybody he should be. He gets a major cheer from the fans. Last part. We ultimately restart. Objective. Precious Stone Castle 1-1 Chelsea, Gallagher, 47 that is better from Chelsea. Energy gets down the right and sends in a fine cross, which Gallagher whacks in from 10 yards. 49 minutes, Royal residents need to lift themselves again after a promising first half. Yet again Chelsea are partaking in all the belonging. 51 minutes, Gallagher whips in a corner to the front post, which is flicked on by Thiago Silva yet Lerma is there at clear before his own objective. Chelsea return at Royal residence through Energy, who passes to Palmer, permitting the previous City man to cut in and go after objective yet he hauls it wide. 53 minutes, my solution to Dave Watton, no one knows, says Brendan Hughes re Enzo. He has had one great game for Chelsea, and that was the last game against Manor. He ran the midfield and scored a very great free kick. In the wide range of various games for Chelsea, counting this, he has not seemed to be a player of the £16 million level, not to mention £106 million. 56 minutes, Hughes lifts a pass into the case for Lerma however his midfield partner isn't anticipating it and neglects to control the ball. 58 minutes, with Elise and as either side of Mateta this evening, Chelsea would experience been in genuine difficulty. Energy takes a shocking foul toss however Oliver doesn't give anything. 60 minutes, I would acknowledge sin binning for any player who commits a foul toss. Mateta gets into the crate to get a pass from Franca. The striker makes an effort from a tight point which is obstructed by Silva yet I think he has done his crotch simultaneously. Colwill planning to come on. 61 minutes, on the off chance that Thiago Silva has a crotch strain, his significant other will be much angrier with Pochettino. 62 minutes, the subsequent corner arrives at Lerma at the back post piece yet he heads across objective and wide. 64 minutes, Castlears have now giving as great as they get to push back Chelsea. This could transform into a game. 66 minutes, Palmer slides a pass down the side of Richards for Jackson to pursue. The middle back really does well to put the ball behind for a corner.